Hello again, many thanks for choosing us. Let's settle for the details. Now, government has announced an exemption of all pension funds from the debt exchange program. This follows a meeting between Organized Labour, Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations and the Finance Ministry, as well as the National Security Ministry and other parties involved Thursday, December 2022. Now, the exemption comes just days after Organized Labour resolved to embark on a strike beginning December 27 if government fails to hit their demand for exemption. At a news conference, the Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Ignatius Bafuewa, announced it will work to explore mutually beneficial options within the debt sustainability terms.
This is a memorandum of understanding dated today, Thursday, 22nd December 2022. Following meetings held at the Ministry of Finance in December 2022 between Government of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, Ministry of Finance, and the Ministry of National Security on the one hand, and Organized Labour stroke associations represented by leadership of all labour unions stroke associations on the other hand, to resolve issues on the exemptions of all pension funds in the domestic debt exchange program announced by government on the 5th of December 2022. Government has decided to grant exemption to all pension funds in the domestic debt exchange program, and government and organized labor will, however, work together to explore mutually beneficial options within debt sustainability limits and to also promote macroeconomic stability and economic recovery in the spirit of social partnership. Signed, Ignatius Bafuewa, Minister of Employment and Labour Relations, Ken Ofori-Atta, Minister of Finance, Anthony Yaba, Doctor, Secretary General, Trades Unions Congress, Ghana for Organized Labour stroke associations.
Now, the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, said the threat of the strike by Labour would have adversely affected the gains made in bringing stability to the economy. He added government will find means of plugging the holes to attain the 55% debt to GDP ratio.
As you know, on December 13th, we signed this historic staff level agreement with the fund, which brought a sense of stability. Yesterday, as you know, until 4:30 a.m., Parliament passed appropriation and the budget, further bringing confidence as to where we are going. So, of course, the threat of a strike would not have inured to the spirit of the direction of where the nation is going. Obviously, the issue of exempting pension funds from it is at a cost, and we have committed government and labor, organized labor, to work together to ensure that we find means of plugging a hole that should ensure that we return to the 55% threshold. And I think that we are all committed to, because we know it's important to lead us to a board agreement so that we continue with the success that we have. But really, in the spirit of Christmas and the partnership that we have, we want to thank everybody who participated in this on the way forward. The government has done its part with the SLA. Parliament came through very strongly yesterday with the SLA, and Labour today is also showing an accommodation not only to receive the exemptions, but to also work to make sure that we restore to debt sustainability. And we thank you for that.
The Secretary General of the TUC, Dr. Anthony Yalbam, said Labour is committed to supporting government to resuscitate the economy.
I think this is very good news for all of us. On behalf of my colleagues, organized labor leaders, I would first of all like to thank the President and his government for listening to us. It is not as if we want to cause disruptions, but we think that pension funds must not be touched. And if there's anything, we should work together to improve pensions in this country. We have come to this deal to exempt pension funds from this domestic debt exchange program. We want to assure government that organized labor will work with government so that together we can get to where we were before all this instability came to our country. Because stability will help all of us. And we are committed to all what we have said here, that we will continue to work in the spirit of social partnership and ensure that Ghana gets back to where we were before this crisis. We are very sure that we will get there.